Initial scans showed that the crippled ship was as lifeless as a corpse. It spun slowly along its long axis as it drifted out-system. Reactor dead, environmental systems compromised. Major life signals negative. Navar Hef turned awkwardly, the bulk of his misshapen body and elongated arms inconvenient in the close confines of the ship's bridge. His armor was a fusion of old Mark II and Mark III plate, an artifice of the Raven Guard Tech Marines to fit the lieutenant's hugely muscled form and bent spine. They had even fashioned a helm that could fit him, taken from an incomplete suit of Terminator armor. It made him claustrophobic, and when not in battle, he kept it hanging from his belt. The Raven Guard lieutenant looked at the data coming back from the sensors of the Fearless. Gauntlets altered to accommodate his clawed hands tapped at the panel controls. Hef spoke with deliberate care, so that the bulky tongue and fangs with which he had been afflicted did not mar his words.
No battle damage.
His second-in-command, Sergeant Neroka, was clean-limbed, one of the early intakes of the Raptors before the curse of mutation had taken hold in the Raven Guard recruits. Amongst themselves, the Raptors called such an untainted warrior a smooth. The sergeant turned from the navigational and weapons controls and shook his head in reply to Hef's question.
No scarring on the hull, no obvious breaches, residual radiation or shell fragments.
So, a boarding action. The attackers closed in without firing a shot, daring the guns of the defenders all the way. They would have to be much larger, better protected.
The third occupant of the small command space spoke from the communications console.
There is a Legion identifier transmission. Decoding now.
To those that did not know him, Devor was an apparition dragged from a nightmare. A rough, like Hef, he possessed no skin, his muscle and blood vessels exposed to the world. He said that it caused him no pain, but for the ache brought on from the tusks that sprouted from either side of his jaw. In all other respects, he wore the regular Mark VI armor that was almost exclusive to the Raptors contingent.
It comes out as the Sixth. The ship belongs to the Wolves of Fenris.
What are Space Wolves doing out here? I don't recognize the exact class, but it's a rapid deployment vessel. They were in a hurry to get somewhere.
What were they doing? They clearly ran into more trouble than they could handle.
Maybe this is what Lord Korax sent us to find.
Oh, it could be. There's been dozens of sightings and random warp echoes picked up by the librarians since Lord Korax issued his master order. He didn't give any details. The order came through Commander Bran to investigate the system based on a dream watched by librarian Kurthery. The commander was not very specific and he didn't sound hopeful. We need to take a closer look.
Neroka returned to his position to carry out the lieutenant's will.
I would guess that the Space Wolves picked up Lord Korax's message and followed it this far before getting caught out by someone else.
Guessing is for gamblers. Call the company to arms. Full battle protocols. Unlike the Space Wolves, we'll not be taken unawares.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.